What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Home Slice. Today we have a fun episode for you. Some of you will have caught that a while back I did a survival sharpening episode where I went and grabbed river rocks and tried to sharpen S30V, 1095, and H1 from Spyderco to figure out which one actually gets sharpest if indeed you do not have a sharpening stone and you live in this area of New Zealand and have the available sort of stones and rocks that we have. So I've really been wanting to continue this, but I've been super busy as we're preparing to return to the US for Christmas. And I don't think, I'm not gonna have time to hike all my gear out to a riverfront again and try stuff out. But what I did think of is that I recently was on a hike to a waterfall and I picked up a whole bucket of stones from the river of different types, and some of them are real similar to the things I was using before, and some of them are a bit different, but it's just a selection of the things available here. Unfortunately, I don't think we have the best collections of like crystallized rocks like agate. I just got 140 best edge off of a agate stone that had been flattened, but obviously there are things out there that you could get decent results off of. Arkansas stone would be the dream, eh? Anyway, I want to continue the survival sharpening theme, but I'm going to do it at home here. I know it's not as purist and realistic, but I'm still kind of interested to know if you just have river rocks, which ones create the best edge as measured by a best machine. And then I'd love to test a few more steels to see if any of them definitively actually sharpen better with the stones that are available just around here. In the last test, 1095 won just by a hair. And so the idea that like 1095 is what you would want if you were out in a survival situation and you didn't have your sharpening stone was like semi-substantiated, but it was about 2 grams away from H1, which is a pretty similar result. But I'd love to see some more. Anyway, I need to test the stones first to figure out which ones work best. And so all of these Victorinox knives just came off of an edge test. They've all been dulled to beyond 400 best, and they're all sharpened at 17 degrees. So I'm gonna further scrape off the edge and take best readings and tell you what they are. And then we're gonna try some of the different stones that I've collected on them and see if we can succeed in getting any edge on them that's worth anything. And by worth anything, I would say like under 400 best would be ideal. All the edges in my last survival sharpening video were all over 400 best. So none of them were truly, truly sharp. They were working edges, but they were not sharp. So I'm gonna scrape these off real quick and then we'll give some best readings and then we'll get into it. This is a 320 grit diamond stone, by the way. Okay, 1,119 on the black Victorinox. Over a kilo of force to snap that line. 836 grams on the red knife. Close to a kilogram, but not quite. Still very dull. Like, this is still very much starting from the barest of minimums, the bluntest of edges. Okay, last one. We'll just verify that this is up over like 700-800 grams. $11.70. Okay, there you have it. They are certifiably dull. All right. So let's see what these different stones can do. Now I'm going to try not to use the bench, the countertop, as much as I can. All right. So let's see, first up, so I've got a piece of pumice, natural pumice that I found out in, actually at Lake Tarawera. The rest of these are from a place called Whataroa Falls where I recently went on a hike. This is a piece of bark. It's real dense bark from a tree. I thought that the pumice and the bark might be good strops. This is a piece of clay that I sort of rubbed flat, and I thought this might be sort of like a fine stone. So I'll probably test those sort of last, respectively. And then this is a rock. I just sort of tried to grind it as flat as I could with another of the same rocks. And as is this chunker. I don't even know which surface I'm going to use on this, but I found this in like a sort of crack or like a fissure in some rocks. I might use the bench top for that one because it's so heavy, but I know this is not purist, like you wouldn't have a tabletop out in the woods, but I don't know. We're kind of just out to do like some preliminary research here. I'm not going to be like declaring one steel better than the other. This is just to see what's even worth using. So these are sort of, and then these are like actual sort of tumbled river rocks that probably are a bit smoother and rounder with less sharp, abrupt edges sticking out. So let's do this monster first, and we'll work our way through the coarse stones, and then we'll best test each one. And then once we have like the best reading from one of those, probably finish all the blades with that one and go on to the finer stones. So let's see what we've got here. How do I even do this? I got some water here, which I may use to just sort of lubricate. I'm not going to use an angle guide because you wouldn't have an angle guide in survival sharpening, but I am going to look at the edge angles and ensure that I'm getting sort of consistent, similar angle between the blades. Forgot to grab a towel. Of course, if I was out survival sharpening, I suppose I would just use my shirt. Okay, I've sort of gone with these lateral strokes to try to deburr, and that's going to be kind of my effort at deburring there. So red one was the big boy. $510. A much sharper, but not yet what I would call sharp. All right, next up, we will use our orange guy, and we'll use this other stone that I tried to flatten. Got a burr. Let's do some alternating strokes here. I think the main skill with survival sharpening is figuring out which spot is the flattest and limiting your blade to that area and not letting it stray into other areas where there's a lot more texture and sort of destroying it. Okay, we're gonna try edge trailing, and then I may try, that feels smooth enough that I could maybe give it a really careful edge leading stroke. And that would be interesting, I think. Because edge leading strokes definitely deburr better in the absence of good deburring options. Ooh, still 820. Well, either that doesn't work very well, or I need to work it for some more time. Okay, let's try this one more time. Edge trailing. Because I feel that this stone could produce better results than 800 grams. And the edge doesn't feel too bad. Oh, whoops. Man, I don't know if you guys can hear, but there is like a absolute monsoon going on outside. $4.99. Okay. I thought so. Okay, let's try an edge leading stroke, and well, let me find the angle again. And be very, very careful about it. Okay, just like a sort of lateral, but with just a slight edge leading lean. Oh, I should write the $4.99 down. $5.20. So same spot, around the same spot, because I butted it up against that. But a worse result, slightly worse result. So edge leading is a bad idea, which sort of makes sense. But we had to try it. Well, I had to try it. Okay. Finally, we'll use this black one on this dark stone. Brought up a very aggressive burr, but I think it might be a bit too rough to really yield a refined edge. Couldn't see. All of these, like, to the touch, are fairly sharp. Like, I'll do a paper test in a second. Ooh, $4.92, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Maybe I'll need to do some work rubbing two rocks together to flatten that one a little bit, and that one might be the best one to use. Okay, well, for fear of this getting really, really long, maybe I'll split this video, and, well, since one of the rounded rocks did well and I only have 3 knives, I'd like to try this one. And the big rock was the hardest to use, and it yielded sort of the worst results. So maybe I'll redo the red. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna redo the edge on the red to see if we can get better than 510 on this lighter colored river rock. Definitely raised a smaller burr, so it's behaving like a stone of slightly lower grit, which is cool. That feels good. All right, let's test this bad boy. The mark to beat would be 510. Ho, 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 ho. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. This boy got this thing to 352. Guys, we are sharp. Ha ha ha. We're sharp, actually. How exciting is that? Look at that. That's push cutting in areas. What in the world? Not fully. Like, there's areas that are bad. That is awesome. Okay, let's check out the other ones. This orange guy was sharpened on this one. Yeah, it's got some hiccups through the middle. It's definitely got some damaged areas. A little more damage. This black guy was sharpened on the dark river stone here. Oh. I guess we just got a bad area down here. I don't know if that's because there was a rough spot in the stone, or if I just neglected to sharpen all the way down there because it's a round rock. It's hard to reach that. It's a little rough. Little rough. Definitely the best by far is the red one that did that smaller river stone. Come on, 352 best. So good. Oh. Alright, well, I don't know how long this video is going to be once I speed up all the bits, but it seems like it's long enough. So I'll publish another video on the strops really soon. If you want to see the original adventure that launched this whole survival sharpening thing, it was so much fun. It's right here, and I hope you enjoy it. For the rest of you, I'll just say peace out from the home slice. You guys take care. Bye.